Right, we're ready. So we're standing. Just before I forget, has everyone got a cushion or something to place underneath their heads when we do the side lying? Sorry, just have that handy so we don't sort of have to then move around. And obviously we're needing the balls. So we're going to start feet together, turning toes out, followed by heels. Just looking at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, so we're just going to rock that pelvis forward and back. So you're flattening through the lumbar spine and arching through the lumbar spine, finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. Thinking about that deep lateral breathing, so deep breath in through the nose, feel the rib cage expanding, and out through the mouth. The belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other, belly button back towards the spine, and feel those pelvic floor muscles coming up. So you're feeling the tightness and control through the whole abdominal muscles, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. So relaxing the arms down by the side, and we'll start with the forward shoulder rolls. Lee, I won't be able to hear you, but you okay? Thumbs up or down? Good. Okay, we're going to go one more roll forward, and then we're going to reverse up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Good. Squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and we're relaxing those shoulders down the back. On the in-breath, we're floating the arms out to the side, locking the shoulders down the back, reaching the arms up to the ceiling, just making sure the shoulders are down. We're going to shrug them, so shrug the shoulders up to your ears, drawing those shoulders down the back. Now keep those shoulders locked down the back, and we're going to push the air away as you bring the arms back down. Good. One more time. In breath, floating the arms up, locking those shoulders down. Don't let them creep up to your ears. Good. We're going to bring the arms back to shoulder height, bend the elbows, and place the hands behind the head. Shrugging the shoulders up to your ears, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. Unlock those fingers, keep the palms facing away from you, and bringing the hands down just behind the body and squeezing those shoulder blades together so you're stretching through the chest. In breath, floating back up to shoulder height, bend the elbows and interlock the hands, shrugging the shoulders up to your ears, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Unlock those fingers, palms facing away from you, and bringing the hands just behind the torso and feeling that stretch through the chest. Good. Relax the arms and shrug the shoulders off. So next stretch, left ear to left shoulder, right arm behind the back. Take the left hand over the head, gently feeling the stretch down the side of the neck, across the top of the shoulder. And then we're going to drop the nose over the breast, so halfway between the sternum and the shoulder. Take the hand behind the head now, and we're going to pull the head forward. Good. Try not to tip forward with the upper body there. Good. Back up to the center. We're going to change hands. So right ear to right shoulder, left arm behind the back, right hand over the head. Gently feeling that stretch. And then we're going to drop the nose over the breast, hand behind the head, gently increasing that stretch, but again keeping that upper body back, so we're isolating those neck muscles. Good. And coming back up to the center and just rolling. Maybe just give the neck a little half circle, just loosen it off. Into the side bend, right arm up, left arm down, lengthening through the waist, over into the left side bend, reaching that right arm over, feeling the opening all through that right side. In breath to center, and we're changing arms. Good. Lengthening through the waist, over into the right side bend, reaching that left arm over the top, and centering back up again. Good. So we're going to go into the roll down now. So keeping the knees soft, drawing the belly button to spine, shoulders relaxed and down the back. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to take chin to chest and then slowly peeling the vertebra off the imaginary wall behind you. Feeling the articulation through each vertebra joint, especially taking time through that lumbar spine. Let the crown weight you down all the way to the floor. We're going to hold for an in-breath. As we breathe out, we scoop belly button to spine. Keep the knees soft, rounding back up, stacking that spine and rolling the shoulders back. Excellent. So we're going to grab our balls now, taking our feet a little bit wider than hip width, so sort of more shoulder width apart. We're working with the squats. So just to talk you through it, the first one, we're squatting down, so the knees are opening, the back is staying straight, we're not bending over. The back is staying straight, we're taking the ball to the floor. We're working these quadricep muscles, so you should be feeling it burning. Push back up and up to the ceiling. Good. So bend the knees, keep the back straight, touch the ball to the floor, push up through the fronts of the thighs and back up to the ceiling. Good. 5 more. In breath, squat, out breath, push back up. Good. In breath to squat, out breath, push back up. Good. 3 more. In breath to squat, out breath, pushing back up. Obviously, if you feel it in your knees, don't come too low and back up. We're going to hold the next one. We're squatting and we're just going to pulse it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and pushing back up. Excellent. Into the side lunges now, so bending the right knee into that right side lunge. Touch the ball down to the foot and then straighten the leg as you push and reach the ball over to the left. Good. So in breath, side lunge, down, push and reach up to the left. Good. 4 more. In breath, side lunge. If you don't feel it through the right, you should at least be feeling it through the inner thigh of the left. And push and reach. Good. 2 more. In breath and out breath to push and reach. Last time on this side. Side lunge and push and reach back to the center. We're changing sides. Left side lunge, touch in front of the foot, push and reach up to the ceiling. Good. For 5, and push and reach. Good. If you're not feeling it through the right inner thigh, take your legs wider and reach. Good. 3 more. In breath, out breath, push and reach. Good. 2 more. And push and reach. Last one. Touch and push and reach. Brilliant. And back to the center. Now we're going to circle the ball round. So let's go right side lunge, squat, keep the back straight, left side lunge, back to the ceiling. Good. Right side lunge, squat, keep the back straight, left side lunge, ceiling will change direction, left side lunge, squat, right side lunge, and ceiling. Good. Last time, left side lunge, squat, right side lunge, and ceiling. Brilliant. Now we're just going to do the thoracic back circling. So closing the feet together a little bit more. We're going to take the ball into the side bend, then round the thoracic back. The ball is coming to just thigh height, round to the left and up to the ceiling. Okay, so over to the left, rounding through the back, over to the right and ceiling. Sorry, I'm getting a wobble. I'm good. One more time to the left, rounding through the thoracic back, right and ceiling. And we're changing direction, over to the right, round through that thoracic back, left and ceiling. Good. Last time, over to the right, rounding through the back, to the left and ceiling. Excellent. Bring the arms down. We can place the ball onto the floor. We're going to come to sitting on the ball. Feet are hip width apart. And we're just going to start with the circling. So taking the pelvis through its full range of movement here as we loosen that lower back off. We're going to circle twice in each direction. Good. And then changing direction. Good. And last one. Again, just loosening the back and coming back to the center again. So knees are hip width apart. Make sure the ankles are underneath the knee. Feet are nice and flat and spread on the floor, and just spreading those toes out as well. Thinking about the pelvis level, keeping it level, crown of the head up to the ceiling, so we're not collapsing through that waist, keeping lifted. We're going to take the right foot up off the floor and lower the right foot down. You can have your hands just hanging down by the ball. Left foot up. Make sure the crown of the head is reaching tall. We're not collapsing that waist. Good. Right foot up. And we're going to lengthen the right leg out. Now, if you feel like you're sliding off to the left, then you want to put more weight through the left seat bone. Same rules apply. If you're sliding off to the right, more weight through the right seat bone. So left leg up and straighten. Keep the crown of the head lifted. Bend and lower back down. Good. Right leg up and straighten. We're going to hold it here. We're going to do the ankle circles. Nice and slow. Loosening off any tightness in the joint. We're changing direction. Keep the crown of the head lifted. Last circle, and we're going to point and flex. Point and flex. Last one. Point and flex. Good. Whoops. Bend the knee and foot back down to the floor again. Good. So we're taking that left leg up. Try and keep that pelvis level. Lengthen the left leg away. And we're starting with those circles. Good. Crown of the head staying lifted to the ceiling. And we're changing directions for 2. And last one, and then we're going to point and flex, point and flex. Good. Last time, point and flex, bend the knee and lower the foot back down. Good. And you can just circle off a couple of times each direction. Been working that those core muscles and the glutes quite hard there. Okay, coming back up to standing. We need the ball in a sec, so have it handy, but just a little bit off your mat there. We're going to go back into the roll down. So soft knees, core engaged. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, dropping chin to chest, we're going back into the roll down. Take your time. Let the crown of the head weight you down. The arms are relaxed. We're just articulating through the spine all the way down to the toes. We either hook the fingers under the toes or place them flat on the floor. We're going to straighten through the right knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straighten through the left knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straightening through both legs now. Drop the head down, pull the shoulders down your back, breathing through that stretch. And then we're going to soften the knees, walk the hands forward, and we're coming down onto all fours. Good. So knees underneath hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Make sure you're drawing that belly button to spine so you're not sagging or drooping through that lumbar spine, keeping it lifted. And we're going into the cat stretch. So on the in-breath, we're rounding thoracic back up to the ceiling. Drop the head between the arms. On the out-breath, we're going to lengthen tail and crown, feed on through into the back extension. Take the eyes to the ceiling. Good. In-breath, rounding thoracic back up to the ceiling. On the out-breath, lengthen tail and crown. Keep that belly button drawn to spine as you go into the back extension and eyes to the ceiling again. One more time, just to flex the back off. We're rounding it back up to the ceiling and then coming back to your neutral spine position. Sliding the left leg back and tucking that left toe underneath you. Good. Push back through the hands. We're taking that left heel to the floor. Keep the back of the head in line with the spine, and we're holding that stretch for 10, 9, 8. Keep the pressure on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slide that left knee back in again. Good. So we're sliding the right leg back, tuck that right toe underneath you, push back through the hands, heel to the floor. Keep the back of the head in line with the spine, shoulders down your back. We're holding for 10, 9, 8, feeling that lovely stretch through that calf. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that right knee in. Good. And into the hip drop. So dropping both hips over to the right, looking over the left shoulder at your heels. In breath to center, and then change. So we're taking the hips down to the left, looking over your right shoulder at your heels. And center. We're going to drop a little bit lower this time. So dropping the hips to the right, looking at your heels over the left shoulder, in breath to center, and dropping the hips to the left, and looking over your right shoulder. Good. Last time to each side. Good. Remember, control it through the core. Don't pull on your back to center. Over to the left. And center back up. We're just going to drop back onto your heels, head down, and just stretch off through the back. Good. And we're rounding, coming back up to sitting. We're going to grab our balls now. So come back to the back of the mat. We're going to lean over the ball, straighten the legs, and have the hands on the floor underneath the shoulders. Now, if anyone suffers with having the ball underneath their tummies, you can, of course, come onto all fours to do this. So just do this one on all fours if you want to. But remember, lift the belly button up away from the ball. So you're trying to make your weight lighter on the ball. Good. From there now, we're going to point through this left toe. We're going to reach it back and take the leg up. Good. We're trying to touch the wall behind us. So getting lovely long length through that left leg. Lower back down and tuck that toe back underneath you. So pointing through the right toe, reach that right leg back. Again, you're trying to get the length through there and then engage those glutes. Lower back down and tuck back in. Good. So left toe pointing, taking the leg up. Now we're going to take the leg out to the side. Remember, the upper body stays straight, center, and lower back down again. Good. Right toe pointing, take it up, reaching it back and then out to the side, center, and lower back down. Now comes the fun part. We're going to do leg and arm. So left toe pointed, right hand forward and reaching forward and back. Good. Lower back down and tuck that toe underneath you. Remember to keep the belly button lifted away from the ball. Right toe pointed, left hand forward, reaching forward and back. Remember, we're looking for length. Lower back down and sliding back in. Good. So right hand forward, left toe pointed, reaching forward and back. Now, if you want to, we're going to take it out to the side. If that feels too much for you, just keep going straight up and down. Back to the center and lower back down. So we're engaging our core muscles here, trying to stay still on the ball. Left hand forward, right leg back. Reaching forward and back, and then we're taking the leg and arm out to the side, back to the center, lower back down and sliding back in. And we can just round over the ball, have a little roll, just loosening that back off. Good. And coming back onto the all fours with the straight leg. Again, as I say, if that gets too much on the ball, obviously just come onto all fours. Belly button lifted away from the ball. So we're straightening, pointing through the left toe, take the left leg back. We're going to heel kick, so take the heels to the glutes, lift and lengthen the leg straight away again. Good. So in breath, heel kick. Out breath, lift the knee and straighten the leg. Good. Speed it up a bit. In breath to heel kick, lift and straighten. 4 more. In breath, straighten, lengthen. 3 and lengthen. For 2 and lengthen. Last one and lengthen. We're bending the knee again, flex through the foot, lift the knee up to the ceiling, and we're going to pulse it here. We're pulsing up for 10, 9, fire the glutes up. If you're not feeling it in the glutes, lift the knee higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and straighten the leg back out. And lower back down, tuck the toe, have a little round over the ball. Good. Back onto all fours. We're changing legs, so pointing through the right toe, lift the belly button away from the ball as we lengthen the leg away. Bend the knee, so heel kicking, lift the knee and straighten the leg. Good. For 9, lift and straighten. 8 to bend. lift to straighten. 6 to bend, lift and straighten. 5 to bend, lift and straighten. 4, keep the belly button lifted from the ball. 3, for 2, lift and straighten. Last one, lift and straighten. We're bending the knee, flex the foot, take the foot to the ceiling, and we're pulsing it here for 10, 9, up to the ceiling, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg out and lower back down. Excellent. You can come onto your knees now. Just give that ball a hug. Circle round. Excellent work. All right. We're going to come down to side lying now. So if you grab your block or pillow, we'll come onto our right side. Feeling those glutes? Good. Okay, so lying on our right side, the knees are bent, ankle, hip, and shoulder all in a nice straight line. The shoulders are relaxed down your back, waist lifted up away from the mat. Good. So on in-breath, we're taking that top arm up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head into the open book. Try not to let that left hip drop, otherwise you lose the rotation there. And then we're closing that arm back up and over again. Good. On the in-breath, arm to the ceiling, push the top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. We're going to draw the chalk circle this time. So keeping the hand on the floor as much as possible. We're going to come down over the legs, crossing over the open hand, up above the head. Obviously lift the hand if you need to, but take it back to the floor if you can. Into the open book position, and then we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Good. On the in-breath, we take the arm up to the ceiling, push the top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle, but this time we're coming up above the head, crossing over the open hand, down over the legs. Start to follow the hand with the head as we come back into the open book position, and then we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Excellent. So moving the block away, we're going to come up onto our elbows. We're going to fold our mats over twice at the top. So just roll them over twice. Place your elbow onto the folds. I feel like I'm doing a sewing class here. So make sure the elbow's underneath the shoulder. That's most important. If the elbow isn't, you're going to be really putting a lot of pressure through that shoulder joint. So elbow underneath the shoulder, waist lifted away from the mat, not slouching. Get that waist lifted, top arm up to the ceiling. Good. On the in-breath, push that top hip forward. We're following the hand with the head. On the out-breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, and we're creeping those fingers away from us. We're holding the stretch. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Bring the arm round and back up to the ceiling again. Now, you know why we bent these, why we've rolled the mat over, is because we're going to come up into the side plank. Now, of course, if it feels too much for you, keep going with that exercise. But if you can, keeping the arm up to the ceiling, we're going to lift those hips up off the floor. Keep the shoulder down. Don't scrunch the ear into the shoulder, so we're lengthening the neck away. Then we're going to feed the hand through the gap and lift back up to the ceiling again. Good. And come back down. Now, if you want to work a little harder, straighten those legs out. If the legs are straight, have the fishtail feet so the top leg comes in front of the bottom leg. Keep the waist lifted. We're pushing up into the side plank, arm to the ceiling, and we're feeding through the gap and back up to the ceiling. We're going to stay lifted. Feet through the gap and back up to the ceiling. Last one. Stay lifted through the gap, back up to the ceiling. Lower back down and come up to sitting. Give those shoulders a bit of a shrug. Good. I know it's strong, so don't overdo it. But do try and at least lift those hips up with bent knees. We're coming onto our left side. Grab your blocks. Good. Nice gentle one to start. Knees bent. Arms straight out in front of you. Good. Lining up shoulder, hip, and ankle. So on the in-breath, we're taking the top arm up to the ceiling, push the top hip forward, and follow the hand with the head. And then drawing that arm back up and closing the book back up again. Good. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Don't let the hip drop back. Into the open book, we're going to draw the chalk circle. So we're coming down over the legs, keeping the hand on the floor. Imagine you're drawing a circle around yourself as much as possible. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. And then we're closing the arm back up and over again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle, but we're coming up above the head first. Over the open hand. Down over the legs into that open book position. And then we're closing the arm back up and over again. Good. So moving the block out the way. Coming up onto your elbow. Remember, we're folding the ends of the mat. I mean, if you've got a very thick mat, you probably don't need to, but it just helps to cushion that elbow a little bit. Remember, the most important, other than having the elbow under the shoulder, is to keep the length of the shoulder. So not to collapse the neck into the shoulder. Keep that width so they're keeping away from each other. Good. So arm to the ceiling. On in-breath, push the top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out-breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, and we're creeping those fingers away from us. And we're going to hold that stretch or keep creeping those fingers if you can for a nice deep breath in and out. Good. And taking that arm back up to the ceiling again. We're going to hold it there. We're going to lift the hips up off the floor. And then we're going to feed the arm through the gap and back up to the ceiling. Brilliant. Lower the hips back down. Now it's your choice whether you want to progress it now with straight legs, bringing the top foot just in front of the bottom foot, or stay where you are. We're pushing up. We're going to stay up this time 3 times. We're feeding through and back up to the ceiling again. Remember, imagine a half barrel underneath your waist, and you're trying to lift the waist up away from the barrel. Last time. Feed through, back up to the ceiling, lower back down, come up to sitting. Good. And roll the shoulders. Now, of course, if it is way too much for you with the shoulders, obviously just keep going with the thread and needle and not lifting. But as I always say, we need to have strong shoulders because they do so much work. So it's good to try and strengthen them a bit. Okay, so coming to the front of the mat, knees are bent, hip width apart, crown of the, oh sorry, we need our balls handy. So just have your balls by your side. Good. We're going to do the roll back C curve. All right. We're not coming all the way to the floor. So on the in breath, we're drawing the belly button to spine. We're C curving through the back. Don't come too low. The first one, check that you can hold it here. The belly button isn't popping up. Shoulders are down your back and you're nice and spread through the chest. And we're rounding and stacking back up. Good. On the in-breath, draw the belly button to spine. We're rounding back to the C curve. Good. We're going to do the bow and arrow. So we're pulling the bow back. Follow the eyes at the elbow with your eyes. Center and round back up. Now, if you're feeling it in your back, don't come too low. Draw the belly button to spine. We're C curving. We're going right arm this time. Pull the bow back. Follow the eyes with the elbow. Follow the elbow with the eyes. Even center and round and stack. Good. Rolling back to the C curve. We're going to start with the right arm this time. So pull the right arm back and center. Rounding back up. Rounding back to your C curve, left arm, center, and round back up. Now, if that's feeling like quite hard work for you, keep going with doing one and coming back up. If you can push it a bit more, we're going to stay down to pull both arms back. So, draw the belly button to spine. We're starting with the left arm. Pull the bow back. And center, check the belly buttons pulled in. Pull the right elbow back. And center, round and stack. Good. Last one, rounding back to C curve, right arm first. Pull the right elbow. Center, check the belly buttons in. Pull the left elbow. Center, round and stack. Lengthen your legs away. Hinge over from the hips, over the legs. Grab hold of either feet or ankles or calves and just try and pull on them to take yourself a little bit lower over those knees. Stretching out that back, calves, hamstrings here. Good. Rounding and stacking the spine, arms out in front of you, and we're going to roll all the way back down to the mat. So we're C curving, keep broad through the chest. We're coming lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down, reach the arms over the top so the back of the hands are on the floor. Feet are in flexion. And we're going to keep all four limbs on the floor, but we're going to reach the left arm away from you. At the same time, we're going to lengthen the left leg away. And center, and then reach the right arm away, lengthen the right leg away. And center one more time to each side. Left arm lengthen to touch the wall behind you, left leg. And relax, and then right arm, right leg, and relax down into the mat. Feel the lumbar spine melt down. As we bring the arms back down to your side, we're going to grab our balls, place the calves over the balls, knees and feet are together. The ball is tucked in behind that hamstring, and sorry, we're taking the arms out to the side and palms to the ceiling. Good. So into the hip rolls, engaging the core, belly button to spine. We're going to take both knees over to the right, head goes to the left, not too low. just till you feel a nice engagement of the core, and then take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Both legs over to the left, head goes to the right, and lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. One more time to each side. We can go a little bit lower now with the legs. You can hold it a bit longer if you want to. Lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up, and then both legs over to the left, head goes to the right, and take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up again. Good. We're pointing the left toe up to the ceiling. We're going to come up from the breastbone and take hold of that calf, and we're drawing the leg towards your nose. Keep the chin to the chest. We're just stretching through the hamstring. Keep hold of the leg. We're taking the head back down to the floor. We're increasing the stretch on the hamstring. And we're going to hold it here for 10 seconds. Make sure you're not, that you've got both of your backbones down into the floor, so you're not twisting through the back. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and place that left calf back over the ball again. Good. Pointing through the right toe, take the leg up to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone, take hold of the leg, chin to the chest. Draw the leg towards your nose, shoulders down your back. Then we're going to take the head back to the floor, increase the stretch on the leg. And we're holding that stretch for 10, 9, keep the shoulders relaxed down your back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax that calf back over the ball again. Good. So we're going to do a shoulder bridge on the ball. So we're going to place the feet onto the front of the ball. We can actually lengthen the ball away, so the heels are digging down into the ball. Good. So from this position, now if it feels too much for you, what you can do is place the calves a little bit over the ball to give you a little bit more support. So see how you get on with this one. We're going to curl the pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into that shoulder bridge position. We don't have to come too high, but remember we're keeping the hips lifted, rib cage down. So you don't want to be hollowing through the back. Keep the rib cage down. Hold for an in breath, and as we breathe out, we're going to curl back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up to the end. Of course, you can bring the ball further and further underneath you if you're finding this too difficult. Okay. So one more time, deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into the shoulder bridge position. Good. Let's try and lift the right and the left arm up to the ceiling. Good. This is a real test. Whoops, I'm wobbling. Good. Lock those legs down. Lock the pelvis down. See which way the ball is sliding. Then you know you need to put a little bit more pressure through the leg. And then we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up till the end. Sorry, I'm wobbling all over the place here. Okay, we're going to keep the hands down for this one now. We're going to push back up into our shoulder bridge position. And now we're going to come straight back down to the mat. So we're not articulating. We're coming straight back down to the mat. And then we're pushing those hips straight back up again. Good. In breath to lower. Out breath, pushing straight back up. Now the art here as you lower and push back up is to keep the heels pressed into the ball. Good. 3 more times. In breath to lower. Out breath to push back up. 2 more. In breath to lower. Out breath to push back up. Last one. In breath to lower. And out breath to push back up. Excellent. Come back down. Draw that ball in so the knees are up over your chest, and we're going to rock from side to side and just loosen your back off. Good. And you can take those knees wider, shoulder width apart. Good. And just loosening off that back. Brilliant. You can scoop the ball up now with the feet, and you're going to pass the ball through to your hands, and the legs are coming back to tabletop position. Shoulders down the back, locking the lumbar spine down into the mat. We're toe tapping. We'll start with the left leg. Keep the lumbar spine locked down as we toe tap left leg. In breath to center, and then right leg. Good. And center. So slowing it down, the faster you go, the easier you're making it on yourself. You want this nice and slow, breathing out and into center. Good. So work with your breath. And if you're not feeling it, take the leg longer. Make that leg reach out a bit more, but keep the back locked down. Good. One more time to each side. We want to finish with the right toe tap. Good. Take the leg back up. Let's place the right foot on the floor. I'm just going to talk this through because I think there was some confusion last time with this one. We're placing the ball on the front of the thigh, okay? So it's on the thigh. It's not on top of the knee. It's on the thigh, just below that knee. Then both hands come onto the front of the ball. Now what we want to do is push the knee back into the ball and then resist with the hand. So you're feeling quite a lot of pressure through that left leg. Lock the ball down, lock your back down, and then we're floating the right leg up to tabletop, and we're toe tapping with the right leg. But the pressure is coming through the left leg and the hands. Good. All right. So, and we're going to toe tap for 6 times. Now this is hard. You should be feeling this is hard. If not, unmute and let me know, and I can talk you through it. So count for yourselves to 6. Once you've done 6, just place the ball onto the shins and hug the knees in. Is everyone feeling that quite hard work? Okay, that means you're doing it correctly. Good. Rock from side to side. Loosen the back off. So we'll place the left foot to the floor. Right leg is in tabletop. Place the ball on the front of the thigh, below the knee. Both hands onto the ball. Push the knee back into the ball and resist with the hands. And then we're floating the left leg up to tabletop. Out breath to lower the left foot. In breath to bring it back up. For 5 and up. 4 and up. Keep the pressure through the right knee. The more pressure you have through the right knee, the harder work it is. For 2 and last one. Back up, hug that knee in and rock from side to side. Good. Excellent work. Loosen the back off. We're placing the ball now between the calves. So we're holding the ball in the calves, locking the back down. We're going to straighten through the legs to the ceiling and lower back down. Good. We're going to straighten the legs now. Now we're going to squeeze the calves on the ball for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and bend. If you have back issues, I suggest doing this maybe without the ball. If you're feeling it too much through the back, Take the legs up to the ceiling. We're going to open the calves, catch the ball, throw the ball back up and catch between your legs. Good. We're doing it 8 times. Open and catch. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Hug those knees in. Rock from side to side. Excellent work. We're going to place the right foot on the ball. Push the ball away from you. Hug the left knee into your chest. Good. And then we're going to have the left hand wrapped around the left knee, and we're pulling that left leg out to the side. If you're not feeling much, you could wrap your arm underneath your left knee and use the back of the hand to pull it out if you're not getting much of a stretch through that inner thigh. And then we're going to have the right hand over the left knee, and we're going to draw that leg up and over to your right shoulder. So over to the right and then up towards the shoulder. 2, 1, and then we're going to place the left ankle onto your right thigh. Pull the ball back in. Good, as much as you can. Keep the pressure on the left leg. Push the left knee out, and then we're going to roll ever so slightly onto that left side. If you want to place the calf over the ball, by all means, put the calf over the ball. Roll to the right just to increase the stretch. If you're not feeling an increase, then just keep that pressure on that left leg. Good. So place the left foot on the front of the ball. Draw the right knee over your chest as you push that left leg away. Good. And then we're going to take the right knee out to the side. It's up to you whether you want to hook underneath the knee and take it out, or keep your hand over the knee. Choice is yours. To increase it, you definitely want to hook the hand underneath the knee and take it out. Good. We're going to change hands. So bring the knee in, left hand on the right knee, and then we're bringing the left leg over to the left side and up towards that left shoulder. Good. Keep the pressure on the ball on the left with the left leg so that you're not rolling onto your left side too much. Good. And then right ankle on the left knee. Pull that left leg in as much as possible. Push the right knee out to increase that stretch. Breathing through that. Good. And relax. So we're just going to take the feet back down to the floor. We're going to roll onto our sides and come up to, we're actually coming up to a kneeling position. We're going to do a bit of back extension work now over the ball. If you don't like doing it on the ball, of course you can do it just lying on your front. So the choice is yours. It is easier on the ball, so I would recommend, if you can do it on the ball, to try and do it on the ball. So kneeling towards the back of the mat, have the ball in front of you. We're going to roll over the ball and then straighten the legs, but you want the upper body free, so the ball is sitting over the belly button. When we don't have the hands on the floor, we want that upper body free of the ball, and we're controlling it through the legs. Good. We can start with the hands on the ball, nose down, touching and relaxing the shoulders down the back. On the out breath, we're lengthening through the back of the neck. Keep the hands down. We're drawing those shoulders down the back. Good. Feel the length through the neck. Feel the fronts of the hips lifting away from the ball. Good. And lower back down again. Now we're going to go into the W arm. So keeping the hands either side of the shoulders, elbows drawn into the rib cage. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together as we come up from the breastbone. Keep the eyes towards the front of the mat and lower back down again. Good. On the out breath, hands either side of the shoulders. Draw those shoulder blades together. Good. We're going to sweep both arms back now. Stay lifted. Back to W and lower back down. Good. We're coming up into the W again. Now this time we're going to take the left hand back. Follow the hand with the head. Back to W. Right arm back. Back to W and lower back down. Good. 2 more times with that one. Up into the W. Lift the fronts of the hips up. We're going to take the left hand back. Follow the hand with the head. Back to W. Stay lifted. Right hand back. Follow the hand with the head. Back to W. And lower. Last time. Up into the W. Left hand back and center, right hand back and center. One more, both arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and round over the ball. Give it a big hug. You can drop to your knees if you want to, just rocking from side to side. Good. We're going to drop back now onto our heels. If you can't sit on your heels, stay lifted. Hands either side of the ball and just roll from one side to the other. Good. And then just reach the head to the floor. Push the hands away from you. Good. Rounding and stacking the spine. We're coming out to the legs in a V. So legs out in a V shape. Both hands on the ball. The ball is going to run down the left inner thigh leg. So push the ball away. The right arm is going to come over the top. Sorry, I'm going to do it the other side so you can see. Right arm over the top. And then we're going to take the right arm to the ceiling, lengthen through the neck, so follow the hand with the head. Take both hands back to the ball again, push the ball away from you and drop the knee over the chest. The chest over the knee, obviously. Good. Round and stacking that spine. Good. So we've got right hand on the ball. Push the ball away. Left arm comes over the top. Take the left hand to the ceiling. Follow the hand with the head. So we're lengthening through the neck. Don't crush the neck. Lengthen. Both hands back on the ball. Push the ball away. We're dropping the chest over the knee. Good. Roll the ball back to the middle. Keep the chest down towards the floor. And again, you're just going to rock from side to side. We're not rolling the ball all the way over. We're just rocking side to side, loosening that back off after the back extensions. Good. Round and stacking. Excellent. So we're going to come up to standing now, holding the ball in front of you. We're going to try and keep the legs straight here. Feet hip width apart. So pushing the ball away, we're going to roll the ball forward, tailbone reaches back, crown of the head reaching forward. Try and pull those shoulder blades together at the back, trying to stay as straight through the legs as possible. And we're just breathing through, noticing all the muscles that are getting stretched. We'll start with the calves and the hamstrings and the lower back, and even all the way up through the sides of the body, through the lats and the shoulder blades, and then soften through the knees, round the ball back towards you. We're rounding back up, stacking that spine. Excellent work, everyone. One way to get going on a Monday morning.